ready for this All-American quarterfinal.
Christian Harrison getting us underway for a place in the semis tomorrow night inside Arthur Ashe Stadium. That's the prize on the line. And if you're just joining us, they are coming off a very impressive performance to beat Zverev and Bencic literally just a few minutes ago. So that's one of the interesting elements. Whether they can continue carry over that momentum from the recent first round victory. Whether it has plays a part. Townsend and Shelton been off court for around an hour or so. Whether Collins and Harrison can use that to make a faster start. They were red hot in the initial stages against Bencic and Zverev.
A couple of poor volleys from Collins this time to start. That's something she did awfully well in their win a few minutes ago. Shelton is in their win last in the first round and also in his quarterfinal loss in Cincinnati. The forehand, which had been so solid all summer, left him. He was missing by pretty big distances, and you just saw a fairly important point. Big miss there.
So picking up where they left off in the first round, Collins and Harrison. An opening hold. First of 4, remember, to win a set in this format. Tiebreak played at 4 games apiece. If we split sets, we will play a deciding tiebreak. I don't think we've had one today, Jimmy. You were just pointing out, have we? Across the draw.
No, amazingly, there's been no split sets. There's been a couple of tie breaks, one in second sets, including this pair.
Shelton to serve.
Andreeva and Medvedev up against Pegula and Draper, incidentally, over on Arthur Ashe Stadium.
I think Shelton, sorry, we'll give her the kicker. Thought he might just throw in the nasty lefty kicker, because I don't think Collins would ever have seen that serve. But that was a more conventional slice.
It's such a good combination, isn't it? Because that's the sort of quality that Taylor Townsend's brought to the court today. She looks so comfortable on the doubles court, understandably, as the world #1. And Ben Shelton reminded us he thinks she's the best mixed player in the world right now. Said it before the tournament, said it during the post-match interview after the first round win.
That's the kick lefty serve that I was talking about. Generally, when you haven't seen it, that ball goes further to the right. It leaves your racket and goes further to the right and a little higher and long. That's exactly the miss that you just saw from Collins.
Oh, just long. It's a casual little flick up the line from Shelton, and it did the job.
Yeah, nice drop shot, good sprint, and a pretty good shot from. I wasn't sure if that ball was going in, but I think it was on second look.
Daniel Collins to serve.
Now we'll see if Townsend and Shelton were watching the last match. Collins was serving so slowly. You got to take Harrison out of it a little.
Love 13.
It's the kind of play that was working for them against Bencic and Zverev.
They never dropped serve in that match.
Harrison's so active up at the nets during Daniel's service games.
It's not very nice.
We've seen that a lot today, haven't we? This, it kind of makes no sense in some ways, a serve at that speed. But it can draw errors. We saw it with Sara Aryna earlier today.
Well, I think when you have a net man that's getting involved and you feel the need to really not just put it back, but smack it. Again, I'm surprised that no team has figured out yet that Harrison is on top of the net. You don't just have to go around him. You can go over him and take him out of play.
It's a beauty. Sort of return they'll be hoping to produce. Took that nice and early.
Yeah, it did. That was a return and crash forward.
But it's another hold for Danielle Collins. Started this quarterfinal. The Polish-Norwegian team will be back tomorrow evening. They'll be playing either Pegula and Draper or Andreeva and Medvedev. They are doing battle on ice as we speak in the other quarterfinal.
Yeah, Pegula and Draper have, as we speak, double set point for the first set.
Top seeds: Jess and Jack.
Taylor, Townsend, 2-7.
Shelton had made some remarkable reflex volleys on one of Townsend's serve games. Zverev was trying to get him in the head. Sorry, Aryna was trying to take him down in their first round match.
There was no way through, was there?
No.
Yeah, it's good. Early stages of this mixed doubles quarterfinal. Inside Armstrong, it's pretty tight so far.
Collins was here for this one, but didn't understand the amount of spin that Townsend puts on the ball. That thing dropped at the end. I can understand why she let it go. It's about head height when it crossed the net.
So an opening here. Overhead missing by a decent distance.
You don't often see Shelton not get back for a lob. He's so athletic. And he got the racket on it, just didn't have enough snap. Chance here for Collins and Harrison.
Taylor Townsend served well, didn't she, towards the end of their first round victory over Anisimova and Runa, hitting the spots.
It's interesting how she seems to be more consistent serving to a righty's forehand. As a lefty, she seems to be making more missed serves when she does the conventional slider.
Big point this, 1-2, 30 all. Perfect return from Danielle Collins.
Collins getting this break on her own right now. Has won all 3 of the points. Harrison, one of the biggest strengths of his game is return of serve. So you gotta expect Townsend's gonna have to come up with something pretty good here to get out of this.
Just deep, and there's the first break of this quarterfinal. And these two have been the surprise package today, haven't they, on this court? Danielle Collins and Christian Harrison into the draw so late, only this morning when they took the place of Sinner and Sabalenka. And going strong. Remember to download the US Open app, follow your favorite players, track scores and stats, match highlights on there, all the player news, watch live 3D views of all the singles matches. That's available on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. That's the official US Open app. You're about to surprise another big team, Jimmy.
They should have been watching. They should have scouted, because Collins and Harrison are playing well. No one's broken them. And in this match, they've actually bungled a couple of volleys that they didn't in their first round win. And they're still managing to hold serve.
Christian Harrison, as we expected, has been rock solid today. The world number 17 in doubles. He's 8th in the race alongside his regular partner, Evan King. That determines which 8 teams head to Turin at the end of the year, the ATP finals. And right on cue, he double faults. The curse of the commentator strikes again. And he's played well. Incredible start they made against Bencic and Zverev, winning the first set 4-0 in their first round match. Are you kidding me? Back-to-back doubles. But the curse
usually doesn't last that long.
No, put the curse on him.
You're talking about Harrison, 17 in the world in doubles. He started this year 84. So it's been a career year for Harrison.
There we go, back to business. And this is how quickly things can happen in this scoring format. In a blink of an eye. A set point here. Well, these two again have produced a superb opening set of tennis. They're in the driving seats.
It was all fun and games for Townsend and Shelton in their first match. This is a little more serious, and they're going to have to up the level and recognize that Collins and Harrison, they want this title. They're looking for the $1 million, and why not? Second serve points won again, very high for Collins and Harrison. Maybe the only 2 second serve points they lost were the 2 double faults.
back at the set point. Seemed to happen so quickly that first set, didn't it? It was fairly tight initially and grabbed that break, quick hold, job done.
A little different now is I expect Shelton to start serving in set 2.
Set. Shelton, Townsend.
To this point, Shelton actually hasn't played particularly well. He's not making returns. Missed a couple of volleys in that first set. He's going to have to up his level.
15.
This pair has played together at the US Open, been semifinalists a couple of years ago.
Beautiful finish.
Townsend does some great work up at the net, whether it's having to come up with a good reflex or just show you some touch. She gets right on top of the net. No fear there for her. Making sure nothing strange happens in this service game.
Well, it's got to be one of his biggest serves today. Looking like he means business in that service game. Determined to get this quarterfinal back on track for the Shelton Townsend team, but they've got work to do.
Well, now you would expect Harrison to start serving, and he's been holding serve pretty comfortably outside of these couple of double faults. They haven't really put a dent on his serve to this point. And then that game, if it's 1-1 and they've already lost a set and Townsend serving, that game's going to be awfully important. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself, but
you're spot on. It is Christian Harrison to serve first in this second set. Goodness me.
I mean,
15.
that was not an easy one to miss. Did she just not want to hurt Danielle? Because this one's sitting there. Clips the top of the tape.
It's lacking some of the energy that they were able to produce in the first round against Anisimova and Aryna.
That's never a great idea. You don't want to, if you're Christian Harrison, think if you can just hit a ground stroke with some pace at Townsend up at the net, that's going to do you much good, because she's proven to have rock solid volleys and reflexes.
Just push the volley long. So perhaps just starting to make things happen here. Harrison under a little bit of pressure, 30-all. Oh, good volley from Danielle Collins that time.
Wow.
40-13.
That's a couple of strange misses you've seen in this game from Townsend. You're right. Collins did a very good job here, because this was sitting there and Ben did not take it easy on that backhand.
It's a good serve. To wrap up another service game, he's been rock solid today, Christian Harrison.
New balls, please.
He's barely put a foot wrong.
Yeah, you know they both think in this game, this is a massive game. If could be the match-turning game in some ways. If they don't break, Collins is serving 75 miles an hour. It's hard to believe that she can continue holding every time with that.
Unexpected miss.
Shelton can handle Runa's rocket ship forehand, but not the semi-off-speed Collins return. He's missed a couple of those volleys.
Yeah, they're both just slightly off it, aren't they, in this match so far? Maybe it is the hour they've spent off court. Maybe it is making a difference. Collins and Harrison way sharper so far.
Townsend is yet to win a point serving to Collins. How's that for a announcer's jinx? Lost all three in her first service game. Lost the first one here. And it continues.
She's returned well, Danielle Collins, today. Good aggression. Doesn't mess about as she gets up the court.
No, that's a staple of her game and a staple of Harrison's game. They're going to always be dangerous with the return, and they're not just thinking about putting it in. They're hitting it with power.
Opportunity here for Christine Harrison. 15:30, second serve.
He's just got to find a way to get this around Shelton. Shelton, as you can see, playing in the middle. He's going to pick a side. That was a good return from Christian here, but maybe a poor choice there.
Returning these second serves particularly well so far, Danielle Collins. It's another opportunity. Good reactions from Shelton this time. He was ready. Sort of volleys we saw from the lefty during the first round.
Finally, I think part of it was Collins hit it harder. She actually got that ball a little better than she had earlier, and Shelton has those reflexes when he needs them.
It's a better game. Wasn't the easiest, but a better outcome. And signs of life, perhaps, from Townsend and Shelton. They lead 2-1.
Collins, Harrison.
Got the sense this match was almost over. Had she dropped serve there. Harrison didn't quite do as well as he could have returning the Townsend serve.
Amazing what a good hold of serve will do for the positivity as well. Just looking a little bit more relaxed all of a sudden.
Yeah, now we'll see if someone can figure out the Collins serve. She's going with the Sarah Ronnie. Throw in the meatball and let your partner make things look difficult. Just make the court a little smaller for the returners.
Time.
Looks like Shelton's not going to try to just take a big swing, maybe just take it early, which will make it more difficult for Harrison.
Yeah, there we go. Just couldn't quite get enough on the volley that time, the interception. Good start to the game for Shelton and Townsend. Taylor Townsend ready and waiting that time.
That was a great serve from Collins. She actually got that to 96 miles an hour and hit the spot. So she's got it in her to speed it up a little. She just hasn't had to. I think I'd try the Shelton forehand.
It's a great serve.
Yeah. 99 miles an hour and hit her spot again.
She was just lulling them into a false sense of security with the slower serves.
Why is he missing those, Shelton? That was a good move. He was right there. There's no reason to hit that up. That's just a right on top of the net. Knock it straight down into the ground, into Christian Harrison if you can.
Brilliant service game. Goodness me, she served well. It's the best serving we've seen from Danielle Collins. She is enjoying herself out here today. A reminder to visit the US Open website, usopen.org, your online home for point-by-point live scoring, highlights, real-time stats, all the draws on there as well. Visit the official tournament website, usopen.org. Singles draws are out on Thursday. Oh, is that good? I think so. Just dropped in time. There we go. The lion's share of the support, that's for sure. Fans want to see a deciding breaker.
Now, this is the only match left, I think, that has a real chance for that.
Jessica Pegula and Jack Draper on the verge of victory inside Arthur Ashe Stadium against Andreeva and Medvedev. Just couldn't quite dig up another one.
But again, next level reflexes from Townsend. That one didn't get her with pace. It was the width that made it difficult. Still not an easy ask for Collins to figure out a Shelton serve.
Sorts of funky spin on that one. And this match still very much alive. Shelton and Townsend fighting hard. 3-2, second set. seeds are through just next door. Jess Pegula and Jack Draper have wrapped it up 4-1, 4-1 against Andreeva and Medvedev. So good session for the top seeds. They beat Raducanu and Alcaraz in the first round, combining nicely.
Well, Pegula is another player that we forget to mention. Was, I don't know if she got to #1 in the world doubles, but yeah, right there. She has been #1 in the world. I'm not sure about Draper, but his game would translate nicely for doubles. I don't know if he's played a ton. So that team, #1 seed because of their singles rankings, but looking awfully good, making it to the semifinals without much drama.
Time.
It remains to be seen which of these two teams will be heading into the final four. Harrison has to hold here.
15. Let's listen.
The overhead to full treatment. It's already looking like another good service game from Christian Harrison. In the zone today.
Unflappable team so far. Collins and Harrison haven't been broken yet. And Harrison's been holding pretty comfortably throughout. Had one game where he threw in back-to-back double faults, still held.
So not quite there in terms of another hold. That will bring this second set back to 3 apiece. Much tighter second set, as the scoreline would suggest. It was all Collins and Harrison in the opening set, carrying over their momentum from the first round win against Bencic and Zverev. Off court for only a few minutes before getting back inside Armstrong to play this quarterfinal. It felt like it helped them in the early stages. Townsend and Shelton just a little bit slow out of the blocks initially, Jimmy.
No question. The team that had just come off the court looked sharp in Collins and Harrison. And this is the point right here that has caused the most problems for Townsend. Serving to Collins in the deuce court. She's lost all but 1 point in the 2 service games that she's had. Some of it is Shelton at the net has been so.
Oh, what a point.
He's been effective, but not against Collins. Finally, the last 2 points, he's managed to fend her off. Because this is what's been happening. He's been missing that ball or this one. That time he got it right.
There we go. Sort of tennis that has brought this crowd to life this afternoon.
Now, Harrison has struggled a bit with Townsend's serve. That continues.
Yeah, it feels like she's been serving better to the ad court.
And I think Shelton standing in the center is causing some problems for Harrison's eye. Not sure where to go. He's got to pick the spot and get a little aggressive with that return.
And it's a better serve. Good placement, sort of serving, so he's producing towards the end of the win against Anisimova and Aryna in the first round. The 4 seeds they took care of. 4-2, 5-4. Played a brilliant tiebreak, Taylor Townsend, to wrap that one up. It's the star of the second set breaker. The great service game from the doubles world number 1.
Shelton, 4 games, 2-3, second set, first set. Collins, Harrison.
Well, it's a nice feeling in this format when you get that hold of serve and you sit down with a 4-3 lead, because in the shortened format you've guaranteed yourself at least a breaker, haven't you? So it gives you an opportunity in this next service game to try to make something happen.
It does. One of the things that a little concerning, you're seeing Shelton on that changeover digging into his elbow, right in the spot where you would have some little tennis elbow feel. He hasn't been serving. We haven't seen any 135-mile-an-hour serves. The biggest one we've seen is about 128 so far today. Still has the nasty spin, so it's, and Townsend up at the net picking off any weak replies. But it's Danielle Collins who's about to serve, and she hasn't been broken all day today, even though she hasn't served with much power until her last service game.
Fraction higher, that would have been a brilliant forehand pass.
It was a really good volley from Harrison, because that ball was dipping. It was nasty. But he did see Harrison running to the center, so there was some room down the line. Collins is unbreakable. She's gone 3 or 4 times in a row now to the Shelton forehand return. Might, at 30 love, switch that back up.
Able to control the overheads. And yet again, it's looking like it's going to be a successful Danielle Collins service game. It's been the story today on this court. Been a revelation, this pair. We weren't sure what to expect from the alternates.
Townsend calling Shelton off. That's mine, and came up with a beautiful swinging volley. Started with that good deep return. Shelton listened.
Yeah, he was shaping up for an overhead,
yeah,
wasn't he? Quickly got out of the way. Still in the driving seat in this 8th game, Collins and Harrison. Tiebreak to come if they can hold.
Collins, Harrison. 4 games all, 7 sets, tiebreak. Each player received 1 additional video review.
So here we go, shootout to settle the second set. If Collins and Harrison can come through this, they're into the semis.
Well, for Townsend and Shelton, they've got to win back-to-back tiebreaks to get to the semifinals. So one at a time. You got to start right here if you're Shelton and Townsend.
Oh. 1-0 Collins.
so sharp from these two. What a start.
Yeah, that was relentless ball striking, but a good volley again from Townsend. And I don't think she expected that swinging volley from her ankles, but it was beautifully executed.
We don't see that too often. Wrong place, wrong time. I wonder whether this forehand would have.
I think it would have gone in. Yeah, it would have gone in. But it still would have been trouble because Shelton was running across the court. It was a chip forehand.
Able to laugh it off.
At least publicly. We'll see what happens after this match.
So pretty solid start from Collins and Harrison. Townsend and Shelton played a really good tiebreak to wrap up their first round win against the number 4 seeds Aryna and Holger Rune, particularly from Townsend, who really shone towards the end of that match, took over in the breaker.
Harrison really struggling with Townsend's serve. He's as good a returner in doubles as you'll see, but he hasn't been able to figure out the Townsend serve. And Collins has gone almost exclusively right at Shelton on this return. Maybe this time he's not going to poach, you would think. Oh.
3-2, Collins, Harrison.
And that has come at a bad time. Problems serving towards Daniel Collins continue for Taylor Townsend. Could be costly at this stage of the breaker.
I keep waiting for Collins' serve to get punished because she really isn't doing too much with it, although much more in this match than she did in the first.
No, missed it.
Collins, Harrison.
Another step closer to the semi-finals. Just a case of ticking off the points at this stage. 3 away from what would be a quite remarkable day for Daniel Collins and Christian Harrison. They weren't even in the draw this morning.
Weren't in the draw, and for Christian Harrison, as I've said, career prize money. If he wins this, could almost double his career prize money.
Yeah, $1 million for the champions, 500,000 for runners-up in the mixed. 400,000, excuse me, 200,000 for semi-finalists. So that's what's on the line in this match. As a minimum.
5-2, Collins, Harrison.
Well, now really on Collins and Harrison's racket, because worst case scenario, Harrison will be serving with 2 points. That 64-mile-an-hour serve was a little too much for Shelton as he sent it long. We've seen that a number of times today.
Oh, so good. So good from Daniel Collins.
You don't see swinging volleys like that very often off of a ripped forehand, but Collins has been the player of the match so far.
They have combined superbly this afternoon. Chances to finish it now. And they've done it in style. Daniel Collins and Christian Harrison are into the semis here at the US Open. What a day for them. In as alternates earlier today, the semi-finalists after back-to-back victories inside Armstrong. 4-1, 5-4 in the quarterfinals against Townsend and Shelton.